Proxy Table Gaming fans, PTG, we are back. The gruesome twosome. Been apart for a little while, haven't we, me and you?
I know, right?
Yeah.
How you been, mate?
All right, I've been here, I've been around,
Oh.
you know. Good to see that you are indeed Lucky Sixes and not Hyper G again,
Well,
because that was a horrifying sight. You little gigglers,
banter,
little school children.
banter.
PTG Gobbo needs to settle himself down,
He's
doesn't he?
He's causing ruckus. He's trying to cause tension between us.
I know, he's trying to tear us apart. It's not going to happen, because I've got you for this battle.
A mole in the midst. Is that a saying? I don't know.
It is now. It's your saying.
It's a mole in the midst.
Midst.
Yeah.
Wicked. What are we doing here? What we got? We got a battle?
I've got no idea.
No.
Yes, no. It's another battle, and another battle with the Beast Head.
Hey!
Not with my Highborn. I'm playing against Highborn.
That's a
stupid.
first Highborn picture on these new intros,
Yeah,
and it's not
me.
even you playing them.
Yeah, stupid Ponzi Elves.
You've just lost all of your fan base by saying that. You know that.
I've lost a part of myself saying that.
Yeah, I know. All of your little elfy bad boys.
Yep. So
trade them all.
Yeah, third battle with Beast Heads against Nav, who I've been trying to have a game with for ages and ages and ages, and just managed to get a morning where I went over and played some Ninth Age. Which is good. And he decided to take Highborns, which is interesting. So my list, pretty much the same. I don't like to change it too much. I think from the starting one, you looking at it, just see a neck.
Just to say, you know, have a little look at something. Carry on.
That's right.
Don't let me disturb you.
No. So yeah, it hasn't changed too much from the start. I think I've dropped one Longhorn in the favour of a champion.
Yeah, essential.
I have changed the Greater Totem Bearer to be on the BSB rather than Krugar, so he can just wander off and do his own stuff. Nice. Although that was up for grabs in the last battle, because actually I put into combat, I kind of needed it. And the only other slight change is I took off... what is the weapon on my general? It used to be the character killer. Hero.
That's what it used to be called, character killer.
The killer of heroes, I think it was.
Kingslayer.
Kingslayer. And added a touch of greatness, because basically
it's great.
It's good. That's really good anyway. But like the characters that I'd want to kill will kill me.
Oh,
so it's kind of like, well, I think I need to change his role rather than be a character killer to be more infantry to help my guys along with combat res and things like that. And not even just combat res, just killing it before it kills me, or killing it in one. More death, basically.
That makes sense.
Rather than relying on going against characters. So they're literally the 3 tweaks I've done. So it's pretty much the same. Highborn Elves, Nav.
Where are the units?
Oh, mate, there's so many. This is an MSU.
Well, I know, but you know, like there's so little writing on that screen.
Oh, I know. It's mainly in the command and stuff. There's just hardly any command. But so what he likes to do, Nav, with most of his lists, I've got a thing, is go MSU and minimal characters. So he's got General and BSB. That's it. He's got them. There's no save on either of them.
No, not really.
So just need to get in with them. But he's got so many other units he can protect them by just not having them in combat. So interesting, isn't it? Very interesting take.
It's pretty squishy, isn't it? Really,
pretty squishy. Everything's. I mean, elves are, but there's just so many different units and they've got loads of really good movement and like lateral movement and stuff. So it's hard to pin down. I'm
just looking at that, and that doesn't add up to 4,500 points, surely. Where's his other units?
2 Phoenixes are 400 each. Reapers are 200 each. These are 100 each. These are Rhymers are quite expensive, 380, I think. So 400 each. The Swordmaster's surprisingly expensive. The things, they're just elite stuff. So
I guess so.
they add up. When you've got like 2 units of this, 2 units of this, 2 units, 2 units of that. It just adds up, I think.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
We played Refuse Flank, Diagonals, and Breakthrough, which as he has his Rhymer Knights, but I was like, well, I'm coming to him for sure. And so
you've got an ambushing unit.
And an ambushing unit. So I quite liked the objective. It was just whether I honestly, it's just whether I die. If I survive, I think the objective is looking pretty good for us. So
yeah, I think if you got, I mean, obviously beast herds can hit the ambushing even harder than you are currently doing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Breakthrough is built for an ambushing beast herds army, isn't it? So
and speaking of ambushers, bottom left or bottom actually of the picture, bottom left of the board is the ambushing unit. So forget about them. But don't forget about Nav. Hello Nav. Hi.
Hi Nav. Hi, you beautiful creature, you.
Yeah. He's,
he won't ever watch this.
No.
He's far too important, far too busy for that.
Big timer. But yeah, so I.
Nice horse.
Yeah, it was a great horse actually. That's probably all we should talk about.
Well, yeah.
So, what was it? So I actually
a lot of terrain out.
Yeah, decent amount of terrain. Pretty not isometric. What do you call it?
Symmetrical.
Symmetrically. But there's so like there's a hill on each side, ruins on each side. There's forest thing. But yeah, so a decent amount of terrain, which is quite cool. And we dropped a few each, and then I dropped for first because standard. Although I do
Did
know
you really?
I'm trying not to, but it just and I'll tell you the reason
Bullshit.
why.
You are not trying.
I will tell you the 2 reasons why. Firstly, I've got Vanguard on Kruger, so if I Vanguard and move him, I can get him out of line of sight, and you'll see in a second, to a good position. So I really like that, and the bird don't worry me because I've got 2 up armor, so that don't bother me. Also, he's shooting, and if I just sit there for 1 turn, probably my chariots go, and then he just picks off a unit at a time and just whittles me down. So I know as a higher player, I want to go first. That's where this has all come from, really. So I go first as a beastman player to rush him, to go right. You've got squishy units. You can't take me in combat. I just need to rush at you and get you.
Okay.
Is my plan.
Sound enough.
The other option I do genuinely for this matchup is to sit behind the hill, but I'm not. I'm not traveling.
You've had
to
that
Navs.
happen against you,
haven't
you?
I have.
Art of War 2?
1, I believe. I think it was the last game of Art of War 1.
Oh wow, long time ago.
But yeah, it was a good game. Arnadil on the forums.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Shout
good
out.
Memory.
I don't know how you pronounce it. That's definitely the wrong way to pronounce it, but
Standard.
Arnadil, yeah. So yes, that's where we're at.
Cool. All right. So he's got.
Okay. I suppose we should. Whoa!
Whoa! Calm down.
We should go on the
not
units.
me. Not me.
No, I was getting excited. So Kruger.
Yeah.
Then chariots, then my big wild horn unit. You'll also notice that these are painted. They're not my units. They're just Nav has every army, so I just borrowed.
Oh, of course.
I just borrowed his army. So very nicely painted. Longhorns here.
That's your giant though.
This is my giant, which is a Cyclops. But all my characters are in this unit, so I'm properly going Death Star.
Yeah.
Then
if you hadn't have said anything, I would have completely not noticed that you don't own a Gortak and you don't. Yeah. Okay. Carry on.
But I don't want people to get excited for future battles. Basically, I want them to know this is a one-off. You're getting some nice models for this, and then we're back to Proxy time. So Gortak and Jabberwock running side by side because I quite like their synergy as well, as I've talked about before. He has Reavers that are up here. The A Flame Phoenix, Lion Chariot, Knights Rhymer, Lion Chariot, Knights Rhymer. here in the forest as sword masters, bolt thrower, 2 units of 15 Sea Guard with a bolt thrower there, and his archers and 2 characters there, finishing off with a flame old phoenix.
He looks like he's happy with your deployment.
He was surprised I went first because I'm Beastman, and Beastman like second. Yeah, it was. He was actually just chatting to me about War Master all the time. So we actually played after this as well, but we won't get into that now. Yes, so blah blah blah. Also as well, I get why Beastman likes second because my ambushers can't come on like that as well. So especially with the hunting call. So yeah. My turn movement, as you can see, Centaur guys up there. I put both of these over towards the Sea Guard units because. Honestly, if I can get one of those into those, I'm pretty happy in the long term. I can grind him out. He'll do way more damage to me, but I can grind him out. If I get my impact hits in as well, we're hitting the boomtown. So that's my plan. But obviously, plans. Right. My Gortak, well, my monsters don't like the Knights of Rhymer or multiple charges from chariots, especially when they're on a hill. And I guess that's probably I should have seen the hill when I put everything down, because it was fairly obvious. So that's probably a big mistake from me in deployment. So I'm sort of zoning a little. I don't want him to come any closer. I'm not too fussed if one unit gets into my Death Star unit. I can do it. It's just if all of them go in, I'm screwed. But so I'm mainly keeping my distance from the sword masters and leaving them long charges with everything else.
Okay, just a quick question on that. You don't have to go back if you don't want.
Oh, I do.
You dropped for first so that you could rush him, correct?
I could rush his character unit, this unit, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want to rush.
Carry on.
Yeah. But I could
and those monsters have moved backwards.
Right. If I put my monsters here, and here.
You don't have to explain yourself.
I absolutely do. If you're going to raise a question, you're going to get an explanation. Right.
I missed this. I
put my monsters there. Let's say they're 3 Gortaks. You can't have that, but let's say they're 3 Gortaks, right? Yeah. Then I get charged with so maybe 2 of them go into one of them, and these go solo into each. Even if they don't kill my Gortaks, they're probably going to do 2 or 3 wounds. Agreed. And then they just shoot me off for the rest of the game. Agreed. So I can't
wise decision. Well
afford
done.
a charge, basically, on my monsters. However, I can afford it with these. So I'm rushing them. So I've gone up as much as I can here, leaving a 6/6 charge with the sword masters, I think. And then against Nav, and even 10s and 11s for everything else. I'm not even.
Easy.
I'm not worried. On a hill as well with Swift Ride, they should. But I want him to declare it with all of them and get a couple in. That's what I want that, because I'll take some wounds and then his heavy hitters are gone. Then I can move my thing. So I'm really desperate. You could call it a trap. It's not really a trap, but that's my attempt at a trap. Here I'm in a nice position with Krugar. Oh, I've got to stick his tail back on. Boo his. I'm out of line of sight of everything.
Okay.
Obviously, he can't because he can shoot me with the bolt throwers currently, but he is at major cover as well because of infantry tall.
Yeah, they're not tall, are they?
Yeah. I think I'm tall as a centaur, but it's still I think hard cover. So he can see me. It's just a cover. I also get Chilling Howl off for -1 to hits, to wounds, to wounds, with stuff. And on the bigger one as well, so happy days.
So on the casting as well. Is that?
He declares only one. Yeah, I know, right?
Hey,
this is just the start. You haven't seen nothing yet.
I was going to say, yeah.
He declares a charge on this because he needs a 10 and gets, I think, a 9 on the reroll. So fails there, which is good because now he's in charge range. I can charge him, which is what I wanted. Yeah. Krugar did a wound to him with his Hawthorn Curse as well. I just rolled 1 for the D3. So he moves up, tries to flame me, but doesn't do anything. So happy days.
Well, that's good.
Right, and this is the rest of his movement.
Wow.
So he shuffles, basically, moving his Rymanites and Flame Phoenix this way so that I can't ambush on in any of the blue... I'll move us as well.
Yes.
Any of the blue area. Basically, he's covered. So, it's pretty good for him, and that's probably the advantage of having an MSU as well.
Yeah, you can afford to leave a couple of units
because
back.
he's still got all these threats facing forwards, but he's got 2 of his threats just for the moment facing backwards that can't be charged. So
yeah,
yep, that's why that is. He gets Oaken Throne and Flaming Swords to basically cancel out Chilling Howl.
Okay.
So yeah, he then shoots with basically everything on my chariots and does. Is it 6 wounds? It's either 5 wounds or 6 wounds. I think they have 4 each. I've got a sneaky feeling they've got 4 each. I haven't got it to me. It's either 5 or 6 wounds to me.
Yeah.
And I passed the panic, thankfully.
Okay.
Which I was.
Because your character is in the Longhorn, aren't they?
That's another. Come on. Yep. So right, then it's my turn. And I charge with my chariots, and they, with the stand and shoot, they do the remaining wounds between the 30 Seaguard. It was a lot of wounds.
Can they volley fire, volley cover each other?
Yeah. So
you knew that was going to happen.
I knew it was happening, but really, I need 1 in to get the impact hits, and then I've got like minimal attacks on Krugar then, and it's all going in because I want Krugar. I want Krugar in to support. And also I've got a double 6 charge. Well, actually, it might be 11, but with my. I
was going to say it looks a long way
as well. So I'm like, well, if I get it, that's the game. Like it's one of those like things where I probably should march up. But if I get this charge, I'm in him. I've got all the ranks. I've got Krugar in doing the wounds, them just soaking it up. I'll run through him. I'll go Krugar into his bolt thrower, them into the flank of his seat. Literally, I'll just tear through his whole thing. So it's thing, but they fail. So there you go. But I've still got them forward. His other Seaguard can't support because Krugar's in. So I'm like, all right, this is looking, not too bad. Gutted about the chariots. Doing 6 wounds to him with just strength 3 bows is pretty good. But
was the flaming swords and the chilling howl on all of them?
Yeah. So it just cancelled out. So it's just wounded on 5s. I just failed all my armors. That's all it was.
Yeah.
I just rolled 1 to 3. That's what happens. But I just wanted 1 in with 1 wound. Would have been perfect.
Of course, just to get the impact hits off and then die.
And that's how it looks afterwards.
Okay.
Now we got some shit to talk about. Right. So starting from left. Oh no, right to left. We should do. So my Gortak charges a chariot.
I don't know where to look.
I know. I'll talk you through it with the map. Hey, we got called for putting annotations. I went to town, right? So here was a lion chariot.
That's right. Okay.
First, this unit of Reavers were in front of my Gortak.
Okay.
So I charged them. They chose to flee.
Right.
Then I was able to charge the lion chariot, who chose to flee, meaning that my Gortak had like I think he needed a 10, a 9 or a 10. It might not even have been that high, to be honest. But I failed the charge to get into the Reavers again.
That's frustrating.
So he fails forward because he's done 2 charges. But what it does do, it is frustrating, but what it does do is it chaffs his Rymanites.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, they can't charge anything this turn. This lion chariot's fleeing and Reavers need to rally. If they do, they can move, but that doesn't matter. So this is where I completely rush him. I'm like, right, these Rymanites are turned the other way. If I'm able to march out of line of sight of the Swordmasters, with my banner of speed movement, so that's great. So really, the only thing that can charge me at this point is the Lion Chariot.
And you want that.
And I would take that all day of the week.
You just want to clear out of the way.
Yeah. I want to get as many points as I can, so you came into me, whatever. I get my ambushes on as well, so I'm like, so now, I've just moved up my Jabberwock a little bit. I think to be within 22 inches, or whatever the movement plus breath weapon range is of the Rymanites, because AP2 against Rymanites are pretty nice.
Yeah.
So that's what I end up doing.
Looks alright.
Yeah, haven't mentioned the Cyclops yet. I don't think I will in the whole battle.
I was wondering, but
FYI,
then I
just not hitting, or if
because I mean that can destroy the Swordmasters with one stone.
It can.
So I see.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Quite disappointing.
Yeah.
Really. But yeah, I also get Break the Spirit off just in case
Nice.
anything. So in case anything stupid happens, because I'm gonna shoot them with my ambushes, hoping to just plink. So I'm thinking if I get them down to 3, I don't want them being able to charge, whatever. But even then, I'm not too bothered. But just Break the Spirit in case they march as well. So all sorts of reasons. Yeah.
Oh no.
So the negative of me pushing up, as I did, was that my big block was out of line of sight. Out of like all the leadership bubbles for anything. So the terror from the bird fled me, which is gutting because I was so close to all the sea guards. So from going to like a really by the way,
taking 2 wounds.
He took 2 wounds.
Ouch. And that's what they AP3.
2
Sea guard.
2.
Just 2.
So
you're 4 up.
I've
again.
only got
You're not
one
doing
wound
well
left.
on your 4 ups.
I'm not. So yeah, and I don't think they got many through, if I'm honest either.
It doesn't look like you killed many.
Yeah, I think I did 4. Okay. I think he's got 2.
I suppose you can't do many more than that.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good and stuff. I am fearless in that, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so
he's got no support at all, has he now? So he's just going to go down in time.
So that's it.
Uh-oh. But he didn't double flee you from the Swordmasters then?
After he does this, I take only 1 from dangerous terrain, which is what this is, which is crazy.
How do you get away with that?
Just crazy.
Like failing on a 1, 2, or 3 through the building.
In other news, he does other charges first. Spoiler alert. He charges his chariot into my Jabberwock. I need in a 11, I think, but he just got it.
So he's got multiple wounds on the Lion Guard.
Yeah, so that's iffy.
Concerning.
And then I have Dead Wild Horns. This is blood, and that's
what I'm talking about. That's what I expect.
Swordmasters charged and got like 11 or something on the thing, and right in my rear now.
Dead Wild. I like your little skull and crossbones as well.
That's
unhappy.
I got some fun somewhere.
We'll have to see whether these annotations are preferable to the more sensible annotations that we previously had.
So Bird Flame Ons kills like 5 of my guys, but I passed my panic there, which is good because that's out of line of sight. I would have traded that though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So he chooses. He passes his rally check with the Reavers, and because he chose to flee and I couldn't catch him.
Feigned withdrawal. Yeah.
Excuse me. He was able to chaff my whole unit. He's just like, all right, I'll just go into that unit and then go into him afterwards, and then just kills a shed load of.
I can see your hashtag at the bottom right. I mean, a little bit controversial, but we won't go too far into that.
Oh, oh my days. It was So that was great.
Wow.
So
what armor are they got? They got 4 up as well.
5 up, I think.
5 up.
Yeah. So they're not. I mean, that's the point of basemen is they don't have armor, but it just means that strength 3 arrows are lethal. I don't think. I mean, I probably passed the average amount as well. It's not like I was bad on that, but. Spears, death by spears. That happened. It was always gonna. I think. It was like I was always gonna happen, but the way it happened, I think he did 1 wound, and I had 3 up armor, and I failed it. It was like he did really badly on his. Yeah, I know. Right, he should have just wiped me out and just done all that, but
exactly. If you're rolling like 10 armor saves on a 3-up, you kind of think,
like, fine.
All right, but one or two of them is going to fail.
Yeah, so I think I think he should have died with no support because I was hoping for some.
Yeah. He was always going to die down at something.
But when he should have died, but the way he died, it literally 3 wounds, 3 kills. I think it was. So it was like, ugh. Gosh. Jabberwock dead for
in one turn.
In one turn for one. I think his lion guard hit. And
well, that's all they have to do, isn't it? Really.
They're AP3, so he ain't got no armor. They're multiple wounds. Or like one of them did, and then the lions finished him off. Just brutal. Right.
Wow. Traffic lights.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, I
don't have a clue.
I charge my Gortak
into
his Reavers, hoping to terror. The Reavers are here, hoping to terror check them. They pass the terror check, but choose to flee anyway. So and then lose 1 for danger terrain. I then charge. Let's see if I remember. So I think I charged the Rymanites with my Longhorns, who flee like 3. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then for some reason charge them with my Gortak to get them out of the way.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know why. So it leaves them. So the Rymanites are then
they just
here.
Rally over there instead.
Well, they haven't rallied yet, so there's a chance they could go off the board. The Wild Horns haven't got much to do, so they charge the Lion Chariot here, and it flees, and then I charge the Rymanites, but don't get in. So I failed charge to there. I think I only needed an 8. I'm not sure I'm really desperate for that thing, but it just holds them up, sort of thing.
No, yeah.
And then that's what you see, basically.
Well, clearly.
I mean, it's obvious when you talk about it, isn't it?
I wish you hadn't even explained it, because I already knew all that.
Well, that's it. It's just for the people that aren't looking at the screen.
Indeed, yeah.
And this is a better picture of what's come on.
It's
and after magic.
I wouldn't say it's a better picture.
A clearer picture.
Okay.
We can agree on that. This is after magic, so I get Awaken the Beast toughness off on them, and I also get Totemic Summon. Hoping because obviously if they don't rally, I can go into them, but I can also go into their thing. So he's in a really good position. There. So that's what it is. I do think my Cyclops comes down and does 5 wounds to the Swordmasters here.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably 5 out of 8 as well. So that's actually I'll give him some credit here. That's what I mean. It seems a little bit too little, too late at this point.
Well, there is a slight problem about to happen.
We shall see. On his turn, he fails to. He charges my Wild Horns with his Phoenix, and I flee and get to there, which is good. It gives me a chance to rally, and potential counter charge as well. He haven't done it in this picture, but he does take the rear of my Longhorns with his. I'm going to say 10 Swordmasters at this point, but it's still like 97 attacks or something. He fails to rally with his Lion Chariot, but rallies with everything else.
Okay.
Chooses with these guys just to say that way because he's got my Longhorns tied up.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. After.
Very nice pictures.
We've got this counts as 4, and then you got like another. 8. You're looking at like 14 damage.
There's only 2 Swordmasters left afterwards, though.
He killed so much that I got down to my characters.
Yeah, and they went to town back.
And Swordmasters are like probably the best like what's it? What do you call it? Glass cannon.
Hammer.
So they'll just go in, they destroy stuff, but if they get attacked back, then they'll die. So
yeah.
I'm confident of killing the Swordmasters, but I will lose my unit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've still got half of a Highborn Elf army to take on afterwards.
Exactly. So they've definitely done their job. At this point, the sea guy come up as well. But this is a puddle of blood and death.
It's a very good puddle, actually.
Right.
What's the grey bit?
It's a halberd.
Oh, okay, fair. Of course. I thought it was like a corner flag or something.
Yeah. Well, it was,
Probably blunted by the time.
This is on a football pitch, so
of course,
so after he moves up and stuff, I move in my turn, kill them all, and turn to face this way, expecting to get chaffed and stuff to the hill, and he'll flee and whatever. But it's just, what can I do basically now?
Absolutely.
This is a breath weapon. Before anybody criticises my drawing and says it could be anything else, it is a breath weapon. And he does 2 wounds to it with a totemic summon that he let come on. Hoping now, because he's charged my Gortak as well, I'm just hoping to be able to plink 1 more wound on this chariot to get. It's just about getting as many points as possible now at this point.
Yeah, sure.
I fail a 4-inch charge to get into his sea guard after he stands and shoots.
Do you not have a champion left?
No. And the characters don't add to the 4-inch, so it was like if I just had 1 left.
Oh, that's just 3 characters.
It's 3 characters as a unit.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. I'm thinking, how do you manage to lose a champion without?
I considered just putting my Lord into there because he would have done fine, but.
Yeah, well, it's still 4-inch fail, isn't it? Whether you do all of them.
He fails or not. So. And then afterwards, he gets loads of plinks and wounds and whatever. Don't worry about it. And this is the last picture.
Nice,
so
nice.
What's happened?
I'll leave you to run riot on a set of pictures. And,
I know. I literally go crazy.
I've been away for weeks, isn't it?
I go crazy. What happens here is he charges my Gortak. Only does 2 wounds on the charge with all his Rhymer, which I was very surprised at. I just don't think he wounded. I think it's what it is. His strength 6, res 6, so that was it really. I've got no save though, so and I just rip him apart. I do 4 wounds.
You'd have no saves if he was strength 3.
Yeah, I know. That's the annoying thing. But anyway. So I do this. He sticks on his leadership 8, I think. What is it? So down by 1. He literally sticks on whatever it was he needed. So that was very lucky. His line chariot goes in. I'm not able to stand and shoot and plink off the wound. I don't do it in combat. And between him and the Phoenix, who is in as well, just smash me up.
Yeah,
which is not fair enough. We call it there because I've just got my unit of 3 characters who I think it's like turn 5 or something, who we agree he's just not going to engage and he'll try and blink away. So at worst for me, he'll kill one of my characters. At best for me, I'll move closer.
You're not going to be able to get a charge off.
We didn't even do points. I gave him the 20. Perhaps probably similar to the last time. I killed a Swordmasters, killed a Lion Chariot. I've got my characters.
Did he get a scoring unit into your objective?
He had the other Sea Guard. He had the other Sea Guard move up. But even then, it's like
I suppose it was diagonal as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to him. I'm pretty happy to say that he won 20-0. He deserved it. I think I haven't got any pictures after this for mistakes, but probably putting my monsters up next to the hill was a mistake.
He used the hill very effectively.
One thing you'll notice here, or the keenest of people will notice here.
Probably not me then.
I didn't play with gargoyles.
Oh crap!
My gargoyles were not on the thing. So my best chaff unit in the game were not there. Thinking about it, what I would have done was put them behind the Longhorns and on the side.
Well,
so what I could have potentially done is actually chaffed the hill.
Nav is only a beginner, so you were just being nice to him.
Exactly. You don't want to smash these players. You want to let them have a win and then
play them again. He's still learning the game. Not like you need to be on your best or anything to go against
That's
someone of his caliber.
But so that was that was the biggest mistake, having my chaff unit when I don't have many other chaff units either as well. So that was quite a big one for me. And we talked about the game afterwards and stuff. He said probably a bad matchup for Beast Herds, being High Elves being ultra shooty. I always thought that as a High Elf player, I liked coming up against Beast Herds anyway. But yeah, we talked about the list and stuff. Obviously, the biggest frailties, I guess, is the lack of armor and the low leadership if you're outside of the bubble. And I kind of took a chance, and that's what happens. Like.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, like you say, if the wild ones make that big charge, then they don't terror.
And he said that's the one of the biggest things with my list is I've got big units that can be avoided and taken down one by one and maneuvered about by other moving things. So I think at this point we'll put a pin in this list, and we're gonna 3 games, which is cool, all against things. I probably had the worst matchups, so that probably hasn't helped my thing on it. But we're going to put a pin in this, try some other stuff from the Beast Herds.
Well, you were always starting with these units with the intention to try.
Yeah, I think, and it doesn't mean they're all going to be gone again, or they're gone forever or whatever. But I just what I want to do now is I've got a taste of these big unit blocks moving forward, infantry blocks with monster support. I'm going to try something different for the next one. But don't worry, Krugar is there. He is. No matter what happens, he is going to be there in it all. So
absolutely,
just try something different, and then I'll probably do 3 or 4 battles with that and amalgamate the lists, or again try something different because I know the list in my head, and it still hasn't got everything in the Beast Herd. So which is nice. It's good. It means there's lots to choose from.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yes, that's the plan.
Cool. Well, I look forward to that.
But yeah.
As will we all.
No. But yeah, otherwise, guys, tell us what you think, whether those were my big mistakes, whether I missed any other mistakes as well, because I'd like to know more about the Beast Herds. Tell me about your lists as well. I'm very interested to see what other people would choose for Beast Herds. I read the forums, but I'd prefer the YouTube comments and things for that. Also, check us out, all that business, we're on the social medias.
The social medias,
check us out on Book of Face, Tweet, and the forums. Probably gramming the Instas as well.
For Gobbo,
for Gobbo's and all his lovely models and things. What else? I will.
Hope you're enjoying the army chats as well.
Yes.
They're going.
Let us know about all this stuff, and just any other comments and things. If you're more interested in the Beast Herds related chat, I'm running a forum thread at the minute where loads of people give me loads of tips and things anyway, and telling me how rubbish I am. So if you want to be one of them, go on there and check it out.
I'll definitely get on that.
Yeah. So
does it have to be Beast Herd related?
Oh no. Most of it is just telling me what an idiot I am for not having 27 minos.
I'm already on it. But I'm getting on it now.
I'm surprised you're not already. I am surprised you're not there. But yeah, so check that out if you're that way inclined.
Yes, sweet. All right, cool. Well, we'll end it there, and thank you for that, Lucky Sixes. And look forward to the next interpretation of your list.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Well, hope you're enjoying, everybody, and let us know what you think of the annotations as well. These new annotations.
Yeah. Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
That was a good bit of fun. Yeah. Maybe I'll have a go at my own spin.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Bye, everyone.
Peace out. See you later.